You're always asking what's happening in your brain, Ram. What's going on in there? You're always going on these tangents and stuff. I just need you to hyper focus, Ram, and tell me what I want to know. What is it you want to know? Ram, I want to know what cards still have some opportunities for growth, profits, that money, and have a good time while I'm doing it, while I'm supporting Dragon Ball. Tell me what that answer is. And I got 7 of them, right? 7 of them that you can take a look. I technically kind of have an 8th in there, but it's not at all at $50. But I'm going to show you and talk to you about that. So it's like a little slick, sly one that I'm going to slip inside. She's not going to know until it's too late. You know what I'm saying? 2 sponsors that we actually have today. All right. 2 sponsors. This is legit. We're growing. I'm going to tell you that first sponsor, though. Shout out to Nutter Butter. All right. They're delicious. The Peanut Butter Lovers Cookie. These are the Nutter Butter Bites sandwich cookies. I stole them from my daughter. Listen, if there's one thing I've learned from Dragon Ball, you got to worry about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Goku gave Cell that sensu bean to help Gohan be a better warrior. I took this from my daughter to teach her whatever lesson I need to gaslight you into thinking. So shout out to my daughter. Shout out to Nutter Butter. That's our first. Number 2 is Saiyan Collects. TCG. Only on Whatnot. I think I am actually technically on eBay, so I should probably stop saying that. But listen, we're live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 10 p.m. I am a Marine Corps veteran. Semper Fi to all you psychopaths. Yes, I'm an idiot. Yes, I love crayons. Yes, I've been to the clubs where they take off. Instagram, you can follow us. YouTube, obviously, you're here. Make sure you like and subscribe below. I mean, check out some of these reviews. Ram, thanks from the Bat Bee. That's a good guy. I know him. I like him. Logan Stark 234. Shout out to him. Check this out. Big fan of your videos. Your YouTube actually drove me to Whatnot and has cost me a ton of money. Yes, Logan, it did. But all worth it. Great seller, quick shipping, awesome packaging. Thank you, Ram. You got second time's the charm, awesome seller and streamer. Definitely my favorite. Chat, if you are on YouTube right now, you're watching this, and you go, I kind of want to write something outlandish. I want to see if Ram's going to read it. You're damn right, I probably will. All right? Go into our Whatnots. There's a reason why that explicit content is turned on. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, enough about me. Let's jump in and look at card number 1. Now, when I like to do this, I did this across some of the newer sets. I went to a couple older sets, and when I get to those cards, you're going to be like, Ram, you pushing an agenda here? Yeah, a little bit. But I still think there's value. You know what I mean? Like, 2 things can be true at the same time. So I first wanted to start with Cross Force. Cross Force, I feel like you decide whether this is an accurate statement or not. Kind of got checked. Couple of reasons. Number 1, aside from Sleepy Gohan, the Cell card was kind of cool. But aside of Sleepy Gohan, not a lot happening to the masses. Some playable cards, absolutely. No big meta changes. Vegito was kind of coming back at the same time. But the set itself wasn't groundbreaking. Which you can't, it's tough to follow FBO9. You know what I mean? Like, I would hate to be the guy that follows, I don't know, Nas. I love Nas. Kanye West, Jay-Z, whatever, Eminem. Like, I'd hate to be the guy that has to follow them, right? So FB10 had that going. So kind of, then during the summer slumps, as you will, I feel like Cross Force had, I don't know why, maybe I'm just mentally ill, which is likely. The VA does have me on prescription for that, but maybe you've seen this, so tell me in the comments below. But I feel like the allocations was a lot less for Cross Force than I've seen before. You know what I mean? I don't know. It seemed very odd to me. But in that chaos and turmoil and turbulation, little gems are still existent. Though they won't see the light of day for a while, I still think they're still good pickups. Vegeta FBO 10's alt art, the 039, the super rare, the Gallic gun. By the way, how does he? Isn't that annoying? Like, anyways, beautiful card, amazing illustration, $34. Now, I believe this was higher. I believe this card will go back to that comp. I believe the card will actually go tiny bit over, maybe 60, knocking on the door of 70. Why did we see these recent sales go down? Because we've had a lot of sales. I made some videos about this in the recent past, that now's the time to be buying, right? And if you look, these are kind of those summer months, right? So I think this card, look at this. This card isn't going to continue to tank, I think, but rather, I mean, look, it's just been on a downward trajectory. But I think you're going to see that pick up eventually. I think when we talk about story, I think when we talk about brightness of hope, I think when we talk about, it's in the next video, I forget the name of it already, whatever 12 and 13 is. But when we have those releases, I mean, look back at FBO 1 and 2. You got some high value cards in there that really aren't high value cards. It shouldn't be high value cards. So anyways, Vegeta, I think, is a great pickup for $34. I think you can go to a card show, find this in probably the 1 or 2 vendors you find there, and probably pick it up for 25, 30 bucks. Truthfully. This is a big card to pick up early on. I think this would look fantastic as a BGS 10. I can make an argument look good as a PSA card as well. But then you got to give excuse me, then you got to give the same love and respect for Goku. Same card, 32 alt art, super rare, $34. So we are almost down to the penny, the same value, which is interesting because typically you'll see one significantly higher in these kind of combo cards. This is not the first time we've had this almost pairing of a card, right? This obviously works as its own independent card, but if you didn't know, I mean, come on, guys. These are pair of cards. This is a pair of cards, right? You see this? You see it? You see it, right? You see it? Don't gaslight me. I gaslight you. You don't gaslight me. This is a pairing of a card. This is a good example as we go into our higher echelon tier, raising the ceiling, let the sweat drip down my, echelon of market. All right. As we go there, this is a good sequential set. I'm not saying today there's a value behind getting this graded, a PSA 10 and a PSA 10, and selling it as a sequential set. It's not a difficult card to get. It's not hard to grade. I'm not saying that this is what you should do with it. I'm just saying I can see a universe in the future, the long future, where a set like this can have that sort, because this is going to be this is FB10. What's Masters on? 32, knocking on 33. I think they have everything from 34 up, right? So we're on 10. We have a lot of room to grow, right? So I think this is a good one to pick up for 35 bucks. Again, look at the trajectory. We've pretty much gone straight down. So a good pickup. Yes, there's a lot of copies available too. Can you pick this up for 30, maybe 25 bucks if you get a big deal at a convention? Absolutely. Maybe you can pick this up in a collection because you watch some of our other videos. But these are 2 cards under 50 bucks that I think in the future would be sitting around 50 to maybe $75. Maybe if we're really booming. I mean, we're there. A good set of cards to grade as well as a sequential. It's a little sub reason to get them. That's 2 cards right there, guys. Third card, Vegeta GT. Now, the reason why I picked this card from Dual Evolutions. Hang on, did I already pick it? let me show you something. I guess I'm already there, right? Let me show you the counter to this card. Bada bing, bam, boom. Look at this one, and look at this one. Whenever I see the pairs, Goku and Vegeta, at least recently, there's the alt art blue ones where they're fighting Jiren, right? I think the Goku's like 70 something dollars, similar to what we see here, $72. And then the Vegeta is almost the same, $40-50 here. So Vegeta, comparative to Goku, doesn't get a lot of love in general. But we are tickling the nipple of interest. Quote me on. Say it one more time for those of you that are making a clip. Tickling the interest. Nope. Tickling the nipple of interest of an ultra ego Vegeta. Now, you've read the manga. You understand what Beerus did with him and what happened with Granola and then da-da-da-da. You would know that Vegeta gets a lot of opportunities to really shine in a way that he didn't really have in the past. So, for instance, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, he was jealous. He went to Bulma. Bulma, what'd she do? She watched video recordings. He figured out how to replicate what the team did to give Goku Super Saiyan 4, and then this kind of was a little bit of an off-screen thing, and then he was just, hey, I'm Super Saiyan 4 now. Versus Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who had a lot more of a thing, right? So I think if we know Vegeta's gonna get his up and ups coming with Ultra Ego, it's in the manga. They're gonna extend the manga. It's going to come to the TV series eventually. We're going into Galactic Patrol. So we're not far off from that ascension, right? Of where he wants to use his rage or ego or pain or desire for destruction to push him. We're not far from it. The impact of that is more passion, more love, more attention for Vegeta. Not to say that he doesn't get it, but it's just more. And if I have an opportunity, this is a great version of fucking Vegeta. I have the opportunity to pick this card up, $40. I do think it is on. I mean, it is it is another set. I'm not saying that the Goku's a good buy right now. I think the Goku's in a strong spot. I will make an argument. 65 to 75 is cool. I mean, it's super rare. Any more than that, I don't think is the right call. But for 45, yeah. Again, if I have this set here that are both under 35, alt art supers, and then I have, I mean, look at the price comparison. I think the artwork is similar. I think it's a tiny bit better with GT, but that's just because I like GT better. But these are the same cards. These two are the same, but those two also are same to these. They are brother-sister cards, right? Look, left, right, right? So though this card is where it needs to be, so I eliminate it and is not one of my 7, the Vegeta's got room to grow. So yes, pick this up. I could find this $40 at a convention. I can make that argument, yeah. Now look, it's not the best. Not had the greatest trail run. So that means we just have, and even if it goes back down, we have a lot of examples, especially in FBO9, where this is a very special set. I would almost argue it's like a mini specialty set, almost, right? It's a very big anniversary year for us. So this Vegeta's got a lot of room. For $45, I could probably pick it up for $40. I buy it in a collection, I probably ended up paying $35, 30. Yeah, I'd pick this thing up all day. I hate Jamba Juice. The restaurant's great. This card, when it first came out, was kind of like $100. Maybe it was low as this was $100, or is it selling at $100? So many copies of this is sold. Oh boy. Yeah, that looked right. I remember seeing a lot of them, and then it was like 90s, then it was like 80s, and then it was like 70s, 60s. Now we're just in the 40s. I mean, this thing plummeted. Now, I've mentioned this before. Dragon Ball is like a bottle of wine. You gotta let it ferment, you throw it into the cupboard and forget it. Right? This is your 401k. You're not gonna even touch it until you're 67 and a half anyway, you old geezer. This is a card that I think is very interesting because when I look at other cards, like for instance, the 2024 Volume 2, now lowest listed is 300. I get it. It's a great card for sure. And if I look at the sales on this card, I mean, they're pretty high. And this card isn't too far off. Am I saying this card is similar or I think this card is better? Absolutely. I think this card is better than the Jamba Juice card. But this is from Volume 2. Then you got Volume 4, 2025, Little Vegeta, Mini Vegeta. I think this Jamba Juice card sticks out in a different way with its color. I think its character, Jamba Juice, I don't know, you psychopaths that love this fucking idiot, finds it very interesting. I have never had so many DMs. Actually, I already have this open. I've never had so many DMs about Jamba Juice in my life. People wanted to buy this card up. I mean, 4 days ago, I sold this for $75 on a dollar start on Whatnot. I think there's room here. I think 40 is way too low. I think what you're seeing with the Jamba Juice card is exactly what you've likely been seeing. Hang on. With the Cell card. Yeah, 195 now. But look at the sale. I mean, they were in the 60s. I think I saw these lowest listed at 140 very recently. And people just kind of waited. They thought, all right, now's the time to buy it. And look at all these sales just from the 10th. Get this thing back up. So I think this Jamba Juice card is like that Cell where it's just crashing. Just hold on. Buy these when they're $40. I got like 3, 4, 5 more of them left. I sold like 8 of them. They're still coming in. But buy this card. I think this could be a $75 to $125 card. And I hate Jamba Juice. I do not like this guy's movie. It's cool to see their fusion. I will say the card's cool. I wish he was a little angled differently. This is a very popular card. People love them. People love tournament and championship promo cards, the top cards, the winner cards, championship finals, store winners, even judge cards. I get people ask me about judge cards. But this super rare is a good pickup for $40. I think this card will end long term $70+ dollars. I think it's a fair place to go. So for a $50 pickup and under video, this is a good card to pick up right now. Now, I didn't mention him, but let me do it. This is your small surprise. This is your hidden eighth. Obviously, this is not a $50 card, but I have 2 of them at grading. I have another one of them on my desk over there. It's going to go to grading. Sold 1 raw. And I have 1 more raw that's still here that I'm going to use for a special day. I think this is not a $500 card. I think when you look at this winner card compared to the Goku, which is a $900 card, compared to the Goku that is a $1,500 card, this $500 card, I think this is closer to $600. $575 to $625, I think is where this card should be. I think this is very low right now. This, like the others, and a very quick tag. This is not a good projection of it. The sales that I've seen on this on eBay, the sales that I've seen and I've heard online, have had this go from 1,000 to 900 to 800 to 700 to 600 to 500. That's where we're settling now. $500. I think this card still has some room to go. I think it's getting corrected. It just came out the last less than 30 days. We're in the midst of a slump. People will say, well, that Goku's better. Yeah, the Goku can be better, but it doesn't mean just because the Goku's better doesn't mean everything else is shit, right? I got 6 kids. Guess what? I love them all. If I loved my daughters a little bit more than I loved my sons, which my daughters are fucking princes. I love it. It doesn't mean they're shit. You know what I'm saying? I like the pizza from Pizza Carousel here in my town. It doesn't mean that margarita pizza from this place is shit, right? So I can still think this card is undervalued and still be a good card, and this card still be a high value card. So anyways, 1,500, 900. You know, if you take that separation of $600 from 900, this should be either a $300 card, which I think is very undervalued. I think it's closer to about $575 to $625, probably a $600 price range. So I think this has $100. Anyways, that's your 8th hidden one. Let's go to the other ones. That's not. Here you go. Number 5, BR Goku. This thing for a while was like rocking around $30. Let me see. Yeah, 35, 34, 36. Yeah, it's a little mid to high 30 card. I think this is a $50 to $60 card. Now, what's cool about this Goku BR, very playable. I had probably 30 copies of this thing, and I sold it to like 6 or 7 different players because they needed 4 copies of it for their decks. So from a competitive standpoint, she's a solid pickup. From an investment sort of, hey, I want to make money, I want opportunities I want to hold on to. I love this card's artwork. I think it's got a lot of room to grow. It came out from a really cool set. It's not the easiest thing in the world to obtain, considering it's a rare alt art. I know I just said, hey, I got a ton of them, but I had to come up to a lot of different channels to get those cards. So this card, I think in a mint condition, BGS 10, PSA 10 sort of scenario, because this is very playable. So that means people are going to be grabbing that card. Look, there's a bunch of stuff. Grab and slapping it on the tip. You know, it's going to see some wear and tear. So if you can get your hands on some mint versions, grade them, throw them aside, I think this is going to be a very long-term great card because it's so playable right now. Ram, you're thinking a different asshole. No, just doing what I could do. And I still haven't eaten all my Nutter Butter. Shout out to them. So a very good pickup. Again, I could probably get this for $35 at a convention, right? Number 6, I told you I'm manipulating the market, baby. Hang on, I gotta do near mint. Thank you, $11. Bulma Son Goku Childhood. Every day, listen, if you follow me on Whatnot, you know we do snips and shit, right? We're gonna dollar start a booster box, packs, you know, we'll rip it open, we'll sell them all, we'll snip them, we'll, you know, and you're on your way. The amount of times that we've pulled this from an SBO2 box, I don't know, we've done 3 or 4 boxes. It was zero. We've never pulled this card. Now, this card is obviously readily available. What, 30? Yeah, there you go. 30 different people with multiple copies in each one. I probably own 40 or 50 of these myself. You would have seen it on our Whatnots, and BGS is doing it right now in base. Point of the matter, this is a great card to pick up. For $11, you need a grade. We have confirmed sales at $200 as a PSA or BGS 10. I can't remember which one it was. Let's just call it a 10. As a 10, we have confirmed multiple sales. Multiple sales at $200 for an $11. The Big Brother and the Bigger Brother are the top hits inside of, you know what I'm saying? Like this isn't something you sleep on. I didn't make a video about this one. I've mentioned it, you know, it's like little Easter eggs in its Marvel universe, and I'm about to snap my finger. This card has a lot of potential to grow. And though I don't think it's going to be in that echelon, this could be a $25 to $30 card. Yeah, as a super rare from manga. Now, what was I mentioning about my Whatnot? The more we rip every day, like the amount of inventory that is out, right? I'm getting a lot of manga in, sealed, So when I get that manga sealed stuff in, you know what I do with it? Come onto our whatnot. I'll show you the office. There's no seals on my wall. There's no boxes of these. I ripped them open, all of them. So that means the opportunity to find these cards in mint condition are dwindling a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, right? So pick this card up because I've already have confirmed sales at $200 for it during the slump. And then your big boy. Daddy fell a little bit. No, $18 card. Super rare. Green Goku, baby. Let me look. What a roller coaster of a ride it's been on. You know, when we reported on this a month or so ago, we saw 55 sales the day of it. The day it came out. Guys, we have confirmed sales at $200 to $250. There have been some that have been under that. But by that same logic, it goes in the summer slump. We're just letting our wine fester. Genuine, no fucking, like, genuine. I have about 50 copies of this, and about 25 or 30 of them are at BGS between different orders, and I'm just slowly bringing them in every single time. No rush, baby. When base opens up on the 15th, supposedly, this guy's gonna go in there. This is a $25 to $30 card all fucking day. Yes, yep, all day. Colored, gold, green, super from the manga, baby. Woo. Yes, this one's a big one. 7 cards. Son Goku, grades great. Bulma, grades great. Goku, very playable. So get your hands on some mint copies now and go ahead and make sure that they're graded. You want your super secret one? If you got your hands on one of them, hold on to it. You can get your hands on them and someone sells it to you for 70, 75, 80%. Pick it up. That's a good pickup and hold on to it. Jamba Juice, I still think is unfortunately part of the circumstances of his life is his timing and comparatively to some other people. But I think for $40, probably getting it for $35, it's still a good pickup. I have live sales days ago. That was like $75. Vegeta's part of a duo. Vegeta is the little brother in this duo, but I think it's going to be a lot of Vegeta love coming up really soon over the next year or so. And then the 2 Cross Force brother sister cards or the pair cards, great cards to sequential, whether that's BGS or PSA, but it's got to be a long-term thing. Don't try and flip this short term. The Cross Force needs a lot of time. We need 12, 13, 14, 15. We need a lot more things to come out. Chat, if you haven't already, make sure you check us out Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on Whatnot Eastern, that is. Saturday, 10 p.m. Every single one of them. Look at that. 5 stars across 1,500 reviews. Same day. Really, it's the next day. Shipping. 7,000 things sold. Tons of reviews. You don't have to let me read it for you. You can go ahead and read it. Let me know what you think about these 7 cards. Are you going to buy these things up? Do you already have them in your collection? If you have them in your collection, or you play and you're like, hey, yo, I got that Goku BR. I ain't gonna take that out of my day. I don't gotta run 4, maybe I'll run 3. Do it. It might be worth it, baby. Make sure you check us out. Like, subscribe, comment, let us know everything that you need. Whoa! Going a little wild there, phone. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you eat. We'll see you tomorrow.